Hi everyone and welcome to the BFGoodrich CAMS Australian Off-Road Championship and Off-Road HQ. This three-round championship tackles some of Australia's toughest terrain, including the iconic Finke Desert Race. First up, it's the St George 399 in Queensland, a new event for the 2017 calendar and a valuable chance for teams to fine-tune their vehicles leading into the Finke. The drivers that take on this form of racing are a rare kind of brave. The speeds are high and the location's remote. This year, there's plenty of talent fighting to be number one.
Tough conditions, tough drivers. That's what off-road racing's all about. The Battle of the Buggies will be epic in 2017. I'll be taking on drivers like series favourite Travis Robinson, the always fast Bryce Chapman, and I definitely need to finish ahead of my dad.
Superlight B, I think it's the most competitive class. Last year, we came away with the championship. This year, I'm up against some tough Can-Am drivers.
It wouldn't be off-road racing without the high-flying trucks. Keep an eye out for us in the extreme two-wheel drive class. We'll be flat out hitting the jumps hard.
Flying through the bush, this is the BFGoodrich CAMS Australian Off-Road Championship.
Some real characters and plenty of variety. Altogether, there are 8 different classes. The top flight is Pro Buggy. These machines are purpose-built, lightweight, and very powerful. Pro Light Buggy is the next rung down. Here the engine size is limited to 3.5 litres. Sports Light is for buggies or two-wheel drive vehicles limited to 2.5 litre motors, with another class called Super 1650 for smaller engines again. There are 2 classes for four-wheel drives. Production four-wheel drive that share similar specs to everyday road-going SUVs, and extreme four-wheel drive for their juiced-up, heavily modified cousins. Extreme two-wheel drive, well, that's for powerful, loud trucks. And finally, there's Super Light B, which is the most populated class. This is the battle of the Can-Am and Polaris vehicles, turnkey factory machines with added safety features. There's 43 entries for a timed event. The winning crew will be the team that completes the race in the shortest time frame. Location for round 1, St George, Queensland. A proud riverside community of 2,600 people found nearly 500 kilometres west of Brisbane. The event takes place on a property only 10 minutes out of town. The 37-kilometre circuit, cut into bushland, features high-speed long straights, narrow runs between trees, and a stretch of jumps and whoops called the Baker's Dozen, named after the local baker who designed the track. The race is 11 laps long, with the first 5 laps totalling 185 kilometres. The prologue is run over 10 Ks and sets the starting order. Travis Robinson was comfortably fastest, but that wasn't the biggest story. A nasty crash for extreme two-wheel drive favourite Chris Mingay. Thankfully, he was okay, but his navigator, Jake Graham, was transferred to hospital, suffering back pain.
I got a sore neck and I'm, a little bit dazed, but oh mate, Nav J, he's hurting. That was a bit of a kicker. That's a shame. First race and I've damn near wrecked it. Oh well. Next one. Yeah.
Also out in the prologue, Jeff McNiven, another class favourite, gone before the race even started. As a result of the incidents, the opening heat was reduced to 3 laps. Leading the Pro Buggies, West Aussie Travis Robinson. Clean Air a big advantage. Despite the 45-second intervals between cars, dust was still a big issue. Young South Australian Toby Waitley made a rapid start. His opening lap was incredibly quick for a Can-Am. His father Tony also opened strongly, the two of them inside the top 5 outright. No surprises who was the fastest on the first lap. It was the BFGoodrich Jimco of Travis Robinson. Sixth quickest on lap 1, Queenslander Luke Ayres had to stop on lap 2. The Pro Buggy driver clipped a tree stump, resulting in a right rear puncture. He and his navigator Brenton Thompson lost 10 minutes. Pro Light driver Tate Svensson was the third fastest driver on lap 1. That hurt his chances of getting on the podium. Travis Robinson is in control after the opening couple of laps, stretching out a 50-second gap on the field. The big surprise has been Toby Waitley. Using the tracker, we can pinpoint a virtual position for the young Can-Am driver who shot to second overall. Over a minute back, there's a 3-car battle for third. Bryce Chapman is just 3 seconds ahead of Tony Waitley in another Can-Am, and the first of our Pro Light drivers, Tate Svensson, is another 28 seconds behind them. It's very tight with just 1 lap remaining in the opening heat. Luke Ayres pushed hard right to the Heat 1 end. He overcame the earlier puncture setback, showing great speed on lap 3. On the topic of punctures, this is Nathan Chivers and Scott O'Connor battling the clock. The tyre change cost them 6 minutes. They finished the day 27th. Toby Waitley had to deal with a similar issue. He lost 4 minutes and dropped out of the top 3. Bryce Chapman was the beneficiary, jumping to second, and Tate Svensson moved to third. Pacing himself, Travis Robinson's final lap for day 1 was more than a minute slower than his first 2. His lead margin was so large, he could afford to cruise. Together with navigator Trent Anthony, they finished Saturday more than 2 minutes clear of their closest rivals. The overnight leaderboard, Robinson led the field. Chapman drove 3 very consistent laps. Tate Svensson did a great job finishing a close third, only losing P2 after the incident with the tree. Toby Waitley was unlucky not to be inside the top 3.
Started off pretty steady this morning prologue, happy to get the win there, and then we just continued our form and just kept it steady, and we ended up winning first section, which was good as well.
It was a good dust-free run for us, so that was really good. On the second lap, we ended up getting a flat tyre, so we lost a couple of positions there, but we regained them again when we went out, so it was really good. It was a really fun track, nice and tight in spots and straight in spots, so it was good for everyone.
George is our first time, but it seems such like a lovely place. There's a great river behind us I never knew was here. I'd love to be coming up here water skiing if we could. And I've heard there's a lot of great wineries, bakeries, a lot of pubs and caravan parks, which is a lot bigger town than I ever imagined. And yeah, I'll definitely be coming back if there's another race or to come back for a holiday.
I'm pretty happy about being back in St George. It's been a long time since I've been here. I used to come here on hunting trips with my dad as a kid and in my early 20s, but I haven't been here for a long time. I've heard that there's wineries, bakeries, good stuff here to go and visit. Yeah, can't wait to see a little bit more of St George. Hopefully we'll get a bit of time this weekend to get around.
We've been here and there, and the bakery. It's a great little town. Even got a heated pool where we're staying.
Great images. Now, local baker Trent Challenger was the primary catalyst in bringing the event to St George. Trent literally carved out the track in his spare time. A terrific story.
Day job, I don't work a day. I'm a baker. I've got the local bakery in St George here, so when everyone's out working, I'm asleep dreaming of racetracks. So I've been racing for a couple of years, nothing big, just a weekend fun racer, and I've always wanted a racetrack in my hometown. 2 months ago, I got the call from Tony, the president of the club in Brisbane there, said, "Oh, Trent, can you find some land for us?" And I said, "Oh, I'll look into it." And then in the 2 months there, we've gone from nothing to I've been driving my work ute all through the bush here, cutting tracks with it, and gone through 2 chainsaws already. So it's been fun and exciting. For the bloke that I've had driving the grader is a farm mechanic, so it's all new to us, and away we go. This way, yep, let's go, make a track. So St George is predominantly agricultural based and a lot of cotton farms, so a lot of flat country out here, which is good, and we've got a local reserve in town, and the council was willing to let us use. Nice bushland everywhere, clear open areas, so a bit of everything for everyone. 5 kilometres out of town, so it's nice and close to spectators and people and everyone. I forgot what my kids look like now. I've spent so much time out here, and we've gone from nothing to a full-blown Australian off-road racetrack. So we're very happy with what we've done, sort of from guys that have no idea what we're doing to cutting tracks in the bush everywhere. So I think everyone's enjoyed it so far.
Sunday, the final day. It consists of 2 3-lap heats with a 30-minute service in the middle, totalling over 200 kilometres of racing. Travis Robinson started the day with a 2-minute lead. Catching Robinson would be a tough job. Only minutes in, a close call for Toby Waitley. A wild moment for the South Aussie. A quick reaction time kept him in the race. Travis Robinson turned it up a notch. His courage and speed between the trees, breathtaking. He started the day by setting the fastest lap of the race. After the near miss, another issue for Toby Waitley. This time, a broken drive belt, and he's forced to stop and replace it. Time to check the off-road HQ tracker to see just how costly this broken belt was for Toby Waitley. All up, the problem cost 5 minutes on the side of the road. He was 4th outright before he struck drama. Now let's fast forward 5 minutes You can see exactly how many spots he drops, the virtual positioning showing 6 cars passing him. This sends Whately all the way back down to 10th outright. Up the front, Travis Robinson has extended the gap after setting the fastest lap of the race. His overnight lead over Bryce Chapman is now out to 3 minutes and 6 seconds. But there's still 5 laps and over 180 kilometres left to run. Extreme four-wheel drive leader Chris Trues has been moving up inside the top 10. His beefy Nissan Patrol is powered by a 6-litre V8. Despite this moment, he's still on target for a solid result. Elsewhere in extreme four-wheel drive, an unscheduled stop for Nathan Duffield.
Bit of action, sounds like some problems with the brakes.
Yeah, it's got a leak somewhere, just don't know where it is. So we just top the fuel up and go again.
There was an issue with it yesterday, wasn't there? Or?
Yeah, it blew a bead off the line. So hopefully that's not doing it again.
Didn't need the bonnet?
No, don't need it.
Ryan Taylor also stopped.
Yeah, so the guys over there pulling the fuel pumps apart, they found one of the filters was blocked. So they're just going to clean that up, put it back together, and yeah, hopefully that's found the problem and it's all solved and we can get out there and do some more laps.
One man quietly climbing up the order, New South Welshman Matt Martin. He jumped Tate Svensson and was now third. The service was a welcome break. As teams paused to refuel, the big talking point was traffic.
Yeah, we were lucky with traffic. We only got one car, but he did hold us. We were on his ass for probably 20 k's and he didn't let us go. But yeah, on the first lap we had major electrical problems, and then on the last lap, dropped a couple of cylinders again. So we don't know what, if it's a voltage thing, that's why we've lost the dash or anything. So the boys are frantically working here trying to get it back out there for us.
We had a misfire from pretty much straight from the start. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And on the last lap, we caught some back markers and just got dusted in. Couldn't really do much about it. So yeah, not a good day.
I was chasing Kevy for about a lap and a half in the dust. Come around here and I saw him again, and I cut a bit of the track to try and get in front of him. We're just being an idiot going through dust, and we just cleaned up a tree. But nothing big, but the car stopped, and then looks like we just burned a starter motor.
The BFGoodrich crew were efficient and faultless in the service, sending Robinson back out for the final 3 laps. Chris Browning had issues on the opening lap, which left him in 33rd. Since then, he's been flying, climbing up to 15th. At one point, he was the fastest car on the track. This is a great story. A father-daughter pairing in Superlight B.
He's seen us there properly? Oh, beauty. He has seen us, you beauty.
Awesome. Go, go, go. Turn, turn, turn.
Thanks, mate. Phil's going to put us in.
Yep, quick, quick, quick. Phil's coming.
They've been inside the top 10 for most of the event, fighting with some fast drivers. While Robinson's lead looked safe, the fight for points inside the top 10 was on. Heading into the final lap, let's take one last look at the off-road HQ tracker to visualise each battle. Travis Robinson, he's checked out. He's well ahead, and despite his issues, Bryce Chapman looks good for second, as long as the tech gremlins stay away. The battle for third is on between the two Pro Light buggies of Matt Martin and Tate Svensson, just 11 seconds separating them. There's also a great battle for fifth between Glenn Spizzo and Alan Dixon. Incredibly, they're just 2 seconds apart with just one lap of the 37-kilometre circuit to go. Let's get back to the action. We're in the dying stages of the St George 399. Clear of any traffic, Travis Robinson was able to push on the last day. His last lap, the second fastest of the race. The fight for fifth went right to the end. Glenn Spizzo held his nerve, securing a top 5. The last spot on the podium was decided by just 15 seconds. Matt Martin barely held off Tate Svensson. Despite the tech dramas, Bryce Chapman limped home for second. They have some issues to sort before the Fink, but he collected a good haul of points. The pre-event favourite lived up to the hype. Travis Robinson absolutely smashed it with a dominant display. The final gap, more than 7 minutes. Just finishing an Australian off-road championship event is tough going. Finishing on top of your class, even more of an honour. The BFGoodrich team were the only crew to complete the race in less than 4 hours. Amazingly, only 2 pro buggies finished in the top 10. Travis Robinson banking the full 375 points. Can Bryce Chapman close that gap? It's a 3-round series that will wrap up in Rainbow, Victoria in August.
Well, Travis, how close was that to the perfect race meeting for you?
Yeah, no, it was good. Look, my boys did an awesome job. Murray, Brett, Luke, Trenos in the navigator's seat. Look, did an awesome job. Couldn't ask for a better weekend. So hopefully I think we'll be able to step it up a notch and put on a show for everyone.
Well, Bryce, pretty exciting season opener, you'd have to say. Talk us through your day.
Oh, yeah, great coming back with a finish in a second place, but yeah, it wasn't easy. That first heat today, we ended up running on 6 cylinders. I think it's probably running on 5 or 4 now. That last lap was shocking. That was flat out coming into second gear. I don't think I could get over about 50 k's an hour, but yeah, intercoms weren't working, nothing was working. We didn't know what was going on with the motor, with our temperatures, oil pressures, anything. We just kept going, but we've got it here anyway.
Well, what a difference a day makes. Can you talk us through the changing fortunes of round 1 for yourself?
It was pretty hard over the weekend. We had a bad qualifying and the dust was terrible, so it just made it hard. If you qualify bad, you go bad. But we've got through the field today, so we've come good.
Congratulations to Travis Robinson and Trent Anthony on their resounding victory. They did it easily in the end and have gained plenty of knowledge for the next event on the calendar, the Tats Fink Desert Race. It's the Bathurst 1000 of off-road racing, and it's just around the corner.
I love the Fink. Fink is life, isn't it? Yeah.
This will be our 10th year of going out. I've only competed there once before and only got halfway down and did a motor and a gearbox.
I can't wait for Fink. I've done it 3 times and I haven't finished it yet. I keep breaking.
Fink's the one we're already preparing for Fink. Get the big tanks in. This is our sort of shakedown for Fink.
It means a lot, but the Fink Desert Race is our main concern.
My father's competed the other probably 8 times out there and never finished either. So all we want to do is finish. We don't care if we're last. We just want to finish goddamn Fink.
We'll be bringing you all the action from the 42nd running of the Tats Fink Desert Race, one of the toughest events on the Aussie motor racing calendar. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the BFGoodrich CAMS Australian Off-Road Championship. See you next time.